Good morning, 7th grade. I miss y'all so much. Like really, I really wish I was in school. I'm gonna do my absolute best to try to show you how to do some of these problems from this lesson. I know it's not the same as being able to ask questions while we're sitting there in class, but we're gonna do our best. If you do have questions, make sure that you take some notes, write it down, look on your Google Classroom, type me up a question, and then I'll try to answer them tomorrow when I do another video. I'm gonna attempt to do this the best I can. I'm gonna do a couple of examples, and then I'm also gonna start posting like other videos from other teachers that are better at doing YouTube than me, and showing you how to do it through there as well. This lesson is going to be area of compound figures, which means that we have several different shapes inside of one shape. So just like what we learned right before the exam, where we had to find the area of one figure, you're gonna now find the area of several of them and put them together. That's all that a composite figure means. So now here, what you're gonna see, I'm on page 279. I'm on page 279 in your textbook at the top. I'm gonna do number 2 and number 3 on the your turn. So you can kind of follow along. I drew them the best that I could. Don't you love Kaylin's little dry erase board? It came in handy.
Yes,
so as you can see, we have, if I look at this, even though it looks kind of like a rocket ship, I'm gonna notice that there is a rectangle and 2 different triangles. Now, one of the things I want you to notice is about these triangles is that this triangle is actually smaller than this triangle, because this one has a height of 3 feet and this one only has a height of 2 feet. So, I forgot my right angle right there. That's okay. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and find the area of the rectangle right in the middle, because that's gonna be our easiest one. So I wanna remember that the area of a rectangle is, Kaylin, please stop making that noise.
I can't help it.
The area of a rectangle is length times width. So now, where am I gonna get the length and the width? Well, here's my rectangle. I'm gonna outline it in green for you. So this is the rectangle right here. Ooh, I sound like Professor Berger with the noises. Okay, so I need one of these long sides and a short side. Well, I see that I have 4 feet for my short side. What I don't have is the total length here for the long side. I have 8 from here to here and 3 from here to here. So now what can I do? Well, if I add them together, then I'll go ahead and be able to see that this long side is actually 11 feet, because I added the distance from here to here to the distance from here to here. So now I can go ahead and plug in my numbers. So my length is 4 and my width is 11. So that's gonna be 44 feet squared. So that's, well, even though it's messy, that's okay. All right, so 44 feet squared here for my rectangle. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use a different color. I need a different color.
Okay.
Thank you.
Assistant.
Oh, crud.
Oh, good.
All right,
You got it?
so yes.
I got it.
So now I'm gonna do my top triangle. So here's my triangle.
Good job.
Okay, now I know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So I'm gonna write that right here. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So here, the base of my triangle is 3. So that equals 1/2 times 3 times 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and take half of 2 because that's just gonna be a lot easier. Half of 2 is 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. So the area of this triangle is 3 feet squared. So I have an area for the triangle, I have an area for this one. Now I need to go ahead and find the area for my last triangle. So here I'm gonna say again, area equals 1/2 base times height. So that's 1/2 times 3 times 3, because now I'm on this triangle here. So here's my other triangle. So my base is 3, my height is 3. So now half of 3 is 1.5. So I'm going to say 1/2. Oops, nope. I'm going to say 1.5, not 1/2. I'm going to say 1.5 times 3. Okay. And then if you can always go to the side, if you don't know what 1.5 times 3 is, multiply it out. Make sure that you count your decimal places. And I get 4.5 feet squared. So now I have 3 different area totals. I have the small triangle, the larger triangle, and the rectangle. Kaylin, I need another color, please.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm going to add up all 3 of the areas.
And I'll take this one.
So I'm going to take the 44. Oh. Kaylin, this one doesn't work.
What? I love that color though. Someone must have played with it. One of my cousins, guys. Someone will have it.
So
You.
I'm going to do 44 plus 4. Nope, I'm going to do plus 3. Sorry.
Started.
Is 47. And then I'm going to do my 47. Let me come up here and do it.
Yep.
47 plus my 4.5. Now, don't forget that when you add decimals, you've got to line up those decimal places. So when I add 47 plus 4.5, I've got to do 47.0 plus 4.5. So now I get
84.
51.5. So my answer to this problem is 51.5 feet squared. And that's the final answer. So lots of different steps, but notice if you take it one step at a time, find all of your smaller shapes inside of your larger shape, and then put them all together in the end. So we found the area of the rectangle, the area of the triangle, another area of triangle, put them all together, voila. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one reminds me of a basketball court. So here I can tell that we have a square and then a half of a circle. Now remember, when we do circles, we're gonna have pi involved. So immediately when I look at that circle or that half of a circle, I know I'm gonna end up with a pretty nice decimal. So I'm gonna come on this side and go from here. All right, my handwriting is probably gonna be better now too. So I know that the area of a square is length times width. So I'm gonna do 10 times 10 because I'm looking at the area of this square right here. And 10 times 10 is 100 meters squared. Okay, so that was an easy one. Well, now let's go ahead and do the area of the circle.
Sorry about that, Mom.
So the area of a circle, I know, is pi. Move these. Pi r squared. Don't forget that. All right, now my r. Well, where's my radius? Because if I only have this half of a circle, I know that the radius is going to go from the outside of the circle to the middle of the circle. So it's only from here to here. Well, I know that a square has all equal sides. So from here to here is 10, then that means from here to here must also be 10. So if this is 10, well then what's half of it? Because remember, a radius is only half. Well, it would be 5. So now I can go ahead and find the area of what would be the whole circle. So I'm gonna say, and let me go ahead and write it here. So area equals 3.14 times 5 squared. Because remember, radius is always squared. So that's 3.14 times 25. So now I'm going to go ahead and multiply my 3.14 times 25, which is going to take a second. So 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. Make sure you put your 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Add them together. And make sure you count your 2 decimal places. And remember, that 0 in the end doesn't really matter. So I have my area of my full circle is 78.5. Now, here's the deal. Guess what? That's the area of the whole circle. So it would almost be like if I was saying this circle went all the way around, but it doesn't. It's only part of it. It's half of the circle. So if the area of the whole circle is 78.5, now I need to figure out what's the area of half of it. So I can go ahead and divide the area by 2, since I only have half of the circle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 78.5 divided by 2. So 2 into 7 is 3. I'm gonna go ahead and do my 5 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, you get 1. Add that 0. Bring it down. Okay. Sorry, I ran out of room, but I think you get it. So the area of the half of the circle is 39.25. Okay. So now here's my 100 meters squared and my 39.25 meters squared. So now, in order to get the entire thing, put them together. So 100 plus 39.25 is 139.25 meters squared. And that's your area. Now, don't forget, you can always rewind the video and watch it again if you missed something or didn't understand something I was saying. Work it with me, redraw it, do it a couple of times. I also have some IXL posted that I want you to work on, and I'll answer some questions. You have questions, post them in Google Classroom and I'll be able to answer them, okay? All right, Kaylin wants to say hi to y'all.
Hey, I really miss y'all so much that I don't know. What should I say?
That you love them and we miss them.
I love y'all and I miss you so much. Make sure you do great.
And we will, right?
Yep.
And we can't wait to see everybody again. We'll get used to this, I promise. Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Bye.
Bye.